Okay, in Chapter 2, Section 4, we're looking at slopes and graphing lines. Okay, we're going to graph, find the domain and range. Okay, first of all, if you'll, you can make a table one way. Another way is to rearrange it into slope-intercept form, where you have y by itself, and then your 2x moves over, so it's negative 2x plus 2. Your 2 is your y-intercept at the very right end, and then your slope in this case is negative 2. Negative 2 meaning go down 2 and right 1. The point at the very right is the number 2. That's 0, 2 is your intercept. So you start at 0, 2, count up 2, and then go down 2 and right 1. And then draw your line, and that's how you can quickly graph. Now, your domain is how far direction goes up and going down. That's everywhere. It's going up to infinity, down to negative infinity, so it's negative infinity to positive infinity. Your range is your y numbers. If you start at 0, they go to the right forever. Excuse me. Your domain starts at 0 and goes right and goes left. Your range starts at 0, goes up, and goes down. So those are both negative infinity to positive infinity, and you put parentheses on those. So you can sketch the graph and look at domain and range. Now slope is defined as the y minus the y divided by the x minus the x. Now as long as the first two components come from the same point, and the second two components, the y and the x, come from the same point, the order doesn't make any difference. In this particular case, I decided to go 6 minus 3, negative 1 minus 2. You could have gone 3 minus 6 and 2 minus negative 1. It doesn't matter, you'll get the same slope. You just have to pick one of the points to start with in both cases. Well, 6 minus 3 is 3. 1 minus, or it's going to be negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. And that gives you a slope of negative 1. Now, there are some special cases for slopes. There's a zero slope, and that comes and an undefined slope. Vertical lines, if you're going straight up and down, you have an undefined slope because you're going to go up. If you have some random point, you're going to go up, but there's no right. You have 0 on the bottom. You're going to go, if you have a point, you can go up 1 unit, but over 0 units. Division by 0 is not defined. Now, horizontal slope, if you go sideways, you get a 0 slope, because in this case, you get 0 up units, but the right is 1 unit, which is a 0 slope. So a 0 slope is horizontal, so if you're skiing, you can ski a 0 slope. You're basically going on flat ground. You can't really ski an undefined slope because that would be falling. And you're not skiing when you're falling. You're just falling. So that's another way to remember it. So that's everything in Section 4.